Hi everybody, I'd like to talk a little bit about masks today and what the kind of things we can do with them. So I'm going to be jumping into here in AfterEffects, and I'm going to create a new composition very quickly like so. It doesn't quite matter what the size is for this instance. And I'm going to bring in an image onto my screen, and of course any image will do. I'm just going to scale that fellow up nicely, beautiful. What I like to do is to apply a mask to this image or part of the image, and the way to create masks is really quite a simple operation, and it can be performed with the pen tool or a shape layer. So if I have my layer selected, in this instance the image, and I draw a shape layer over the top, and I'm going to draw a circle just like so. That'll do me. Okay, so I've drawn a circle over my image layer, and by doing so I've created a mask, as you can see when I drop down through my menu. I can invert my mask, so I can have that idea kind of thing going on there in the mask properties, but I'm going to leave it like that. Just a couple more things that masks can be done. Oops, I better go back to my comp. Thank you very much. If I drop down into my mask properties a little further, I can see that we can do a few things in here that will add to the effect, or at least create some more interest. I can reduce the opacity of the mask, and so my mask can be just faint, or it can be completely opaque. I'm going to leave it like that. I can also apply a feather to my mask, so if I was to do that, you'll see that I'll have this slightly soft edge around my mask, and that can be quite a interesting effect should you need to do so. One other also thing we can do is to animate our mask, which is kind of cool. So that's to do with the mask path. So obviously if you toggle down into the, in this case, mask 1 properties, you can keyframe the position at the very start of my playhead, and I can move my playhead forward in time, and I'm just going to be using my arrow keys to move this mask physically across, and of course holding shift will make my path travel a bit quicker. So there I have a mask that animates across a path, so that's what you're sort of looking at there, and very good indeed. I'm actually going to be creating another kind of illustration here, another sort of effect with masks here. And something like this also. So what you can see here is I have a bit of text on my screen. Just to break it down for you, I have a small shape layer onto my right, sort of like a little bar, and a piece of text also. So if I take it back to the playhead, you'll see that if I hit my space bar, my text sort of comes on. And this is a kind of a thing you might often see in television graphics and other graphic design applications, so it sort of evolves in a bit like that. Now you can probably guess what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to get just copy this type layer over, and I'm going to create a new composition just like such, and I'm going to paste my text layer on there, just positioning where I think it might look good, something like that. Now, to carry on with this, I need to create a mask. So I'm going to select a rectangular mask, drawing over the shape like so. Remember that we could invert this, but we're not going to. We're going to have it completely unmasked at this stage. It's completely revealing. What I'm going to do, like we did before, is to animate the position of this mask. So I'm going to animate on the timeline at the very start a position, and I'm going to have my mask just sitting off to the top like that. Lovely. Keyframed. So I'm going to advance my keyframe a second or so, or not even that, and that will do me nicely. And I'm going to use my arrow keys to pop that down so it sort of comes onto the screen, or it reveals, if you like. Let's have a look at that. Looking good. Now we're going to achieve that effect, that sort of graphic sort of style with the line on top, with the shape on top. So now I'm going to get a shape layer and cancel that. And again, nothing selected. I'm going to draw a shape layer, maybe something like that. That might look alright. Getting it where I want it to be. So really, there's no masking for this one. I'm simply going to be changing his position. So on my shape layer, P for position, and recording that in this point in time. So I'm going to advance my playhead where the mask tends to end a little bit there, and I'm going to bring my shape layer down with it. So there we go. I'm going to hit the playback key, a little bit of timing. That's a good looking sort of thing for, you know, as I say, graphic design applications. Let's have a look what we have. Timing's a little bit out there, so let's see our keyframes. That looks pretty good. That's the idea. So the shape layer moves with the mask. Okay, so that's a nice little graphic style that you can implement in your graphics. And so animated masks, all good fun, and I hope that helps. All right.